Hello everyone, 616 Reviews here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Olight PL Pro Valkyrie. Just real quick before we get into it, I purchased this light with my own money on the Black Friday sale. This was not given to me for free or for discount by Olight. I just bought this by myself and I'm now doing a review of it. So let's get into it. So the box on the front has a picture of the light, shows the max lumens and the max throw. Really nothing on either side, and honestly, not much on the back as well. So we're going to set that off to the side. Out of the box, the light comes in this plastic tray. If we flip it over, you can pull this off the back, and we get a few things. And here you get an MCC1 magnetic charging cable. I'm just going to set that all to the side for now. You can get the user manual, which I will open really quick to this page right here. Because this is what you guys are probably going to want to see. So it shows the two different modes and the beam distance and the IPX6 rating, and also a couple other things there. Go ahead and set that to the side as well. You're also going to get a small Allen key, and that is to change out this piece right here. So it comes pre-installed with one that fits Glock style rail systems, and then in this plastic container you can see this piece right here, and also two screws to fit other rail styles. But like I said, it comes default installed with the Glock, but I will show this light on both the Glock and a normal Picatinny rail system using this and that other lug set as well. All right, so getting into an overview of the light here. So it's got Olight on one side, PL Pro Valkyrie on the other. On the back, the battery is completely sealed, so this doesn't move to replace a battery or anything. You have dual ambidextrous switches on the back, and I'll go over the functions and everything of those in a minute. You got the front of the light here. On the bottom, you've got the pad for the magnetic charging cable. And on the top, obviously, you've got the rail to mount it to whatever you're going to mount it to. It has kind of this quick detach system, so if you flip that to the left, it actually allows this piece to slide to the side, so you can just literally set the rail in there, and then once it's on there, push that back to the right, and that will lock it in place, keep that from moving. So you don't need any tools or anything to actually attach this to a gun. Now, as far as the modes go, right now I do have it in lockout mode. So what that means is there is no constant on or off from either button. I can press and hold for a momentary, and it will go on a very low setting. To take it out, I just need to press and hold both sides. And you see there the light just got brighter. That means we are now out of lockout mode. To put it in lockout mode, you're going to hold one side, and in about half a second, hold the other side, and wait for the light to turn off. So press, hold, and the light turned off. It's now, again, in that lockout mode. So I'm going to hold both sides, wait for the light to get brighter. We're now out of lockout mode. So as far as the different modes go, you can hit both buttons at once. It's going to give you a strobe mode. And if you press and hold, it'll give you momentary on whatever the brightness is. And if you press and release, it'll give you constant at whatever the brightness is. Now, there are two brightness levels to change between them. You're going to turn the light on, then you're going to double click. As you can see, the light just got brighter there. That means I'm now on high mode, and the light will remember. And when you turn it on and off, it'll go to whatever the last mode was. So we just left on high mode. When I press and click, we're on high mode. If I do momentary, again, momentary on high mode. And you turn it on, again, double click, and we'll drop back down to the low mode. And again, momentary low or constant low, just whatever the last setting that you used was. So overall, very simple to use. There's only the two modes plus the strobe. But really switching between the modes is very easy. Doing the lockout is very easy, and accessing the strobe is very easy. So really that's it as far as actually usage of the light goes. I'm going to show it mounted on a couple different weapons, and then we will go out back, kind of shine it around the backyard, and see how well it works out there. So give me just a moment, and I will get this set up on some guns. All right, so we're going to start by putting it on my Gen 4 Glock 19 here. So again, I have the Glock kind of locking lug, I suppose you can call it, installed on it, and that's what comes installed. and I'm simply going to put the light onto the rail, push that to the right, and now it's on there and it's not going anywhere, right? It is locked into place, and it fits on there very well. So the button for the light is right below where my finger would rest outside the trigger guard. So I literally just move it down and push it to turn the light on or off. And it extends, I don't know, maybe an inch or so from the end of the light, which is okay. I don't mind that. Stuff like the PL Mini does kind of get a little bit shorter if that is your thing. So I'm going to take it off the Glock now, put it on my AR pistol, and show you what that looks like. All right, so I've got my AR pistol here with the full-size Odin currently mounted to it. And I'm really only putting this on here for demonstration purposes. So again, I do still have the default Glock kind of locking lug on there, but I'm going to take this. I'm trying to do it through the camera here, so it's not working super well. Put it on there, flip to the side. So with the Glock lug, it does work on just a normal Picatinny style rail, but it does shift around a little bit. It doesn't go really side to side or anything like that, but it does actually shift back and forth on the rail a little bit. So I'm going to swap it out. I'm going to swap out that kind of locking lug to this one and show you what it's like with that. So I unscrewed the screws on the top, and that little lug simply pops out. I'm going to take the other one that came in the packaging, place that in there, and then put the screws in. All right, so as you can see, the other style kind of rail lug is on there. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this, lock it into place, and with that, there's still a tiny bit of shifting back and forth, but overall there is very little compared to what there was with the other style lug. So overall, it's very solid on just a normal pick rail system as well. All right, so I just put the Glock lug back on there, and when I put these screws in, I did add some additional blue thread locker. Both sets of screws do come with thread locker on them, but since I've undone them a couple of times, I just added a little bit more just to make sure. So I'd recommend you do that regardless. Just add a little bit extra. It doesn't really hurt anything. All right, guys, so we're out back now. I'm currently lighting up with the Olight Marauder 2, which I do have a review on if you want to check that out. But I'm lighting up the backyard with that just to kind of give you an idea of what you are going to be looking at when it comes to the PL Pro. So here it is on low. As you can see, it's a pretty concentrated beam. There's not a whole lot of flood to it. Again, this is on the low mode, so this is 300 lumens. But you can see a decent amount. You can see up into that tree a good bit, and you can see to the back side of the deck here. Honestly, it's pretty good. And I'm going to turn it on high here, and now you can obviously really start to see things. So you can see all the way up to the top of the tree. You can see perfectly fine. You can see the trees behind the deck, and above the deck, everything there. So on high mode, you definitely get a good amount of light. Again, it's pretty concentrated, but there is a little more flood to that. We're at the creek behind my house again, using the Marauder 2 just to kind of light it up. You can see the opposite bank and some trees on the other side there, and also right there you can see up creek a little bit. So we're on low mode here with the PL Pro now. Obviously in front of us you can see well. You can barely make out the other side of the bank and some of the trees over there. It is a little bit darker in the video. And actuality, it is a touch brighter, and you can see some of those trees in the opposite bank a little bit better. But when we turn it on high mode here, now you can obviously start seeing the trees across there and see the other bank and stuff like that. So on high mode, this light does very well. All right, guys, going to wrap up the review here with just a few final words. Overall, I am extremely happy with this purchase, and I have no problem recommending it to anybody who's looking for a decent weapon light. Now, if you wait till this goes on sale, they do flash sales fairly often. It's Olight. I think they're kind of known for their flash sales. If you wait for the flash sales, you can get it at a very good price. And yeah, I'm thoroughly happy with it. Enough to the point where I am going to use it as my the carry light. This is my everyday carry Glock 19. I'm going to use that as the light on there. I did get a holster from Vedder holsters, which I'm also very happy with. So if you're looking for a holster company, this is very nice. I like the color, and I think I like the fit, the retention, everything to do with it. So I do like that holster as well. But I do plan on carrying this every single day, and I'm probably going to do so on the. I'm going to keep it on the highest brightness. So at that highest brightness, it's 1500 lumens, and then it ramps down after like a minute to 600, and then you get 600 for something like 45 minutes. Versus if you're on the lowest brightness, you get that for an hour and a half. Kind of the way I figure it. If I need light from my pistol, it's going to be in a situation where it should ideally be over very quick. And if I need to use this light for an hour and a half, I'm going to be in much deeper issues than whatever might be going on. So I would rather, if I needed to use this weapon and this light, I would much rather have the initial burst of power and then turn it down from there if I needed to. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you very much for watching. Comment any tips or suggestions or anything you got to say. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you around.